Recently, your fan tweet on your Twitter that आप शादी के बाद अपना सरनेम नहीं चेंज किए, कहीं भी आप अपना नाम लिखते हैं तो ट्विंकल खन्ना ही लिखते हैं, ट्विंकल कुमार नहीं, क्यों?
Like he has a hashtag, I put out a hashtag, right? It's married, not branded. It's not like a big company took over me and, now I have to change my logo. Yeah.
So I tried to get you to do this on national television for very many years and you refused. Why?
Because my husband said that you go on coffee with Karan and the first word you'll say is penis and then you'll have to go back.
Is that, he has a problem with the word penis?
No, but he doesn't want his wife to go around saying penis, penis, penis. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay, well done. Before we make this like the AIB roast and Amir Khan will storm right out, I'm just I'm just going to make it about the book. I'm going to make it about the book. So, just like every other member of the media, what is the book about?
It's about you, Karan. There's a chapter in it says Karan Johar celebrates Karwa Chauth. There really is a chapter.
There's a part of me that really wants to do that,
It's about how a modern woman looks at India and how India looks right back at her.
Right.
We live in a world where we have sent a satellite to Mars, but we're looking at the moon and praying for our husband's long lives. I do it. My sister-in-law makes me do it, forces me. So, and the thing about writing about India is our economic backgrounds are often very different, but our cultural references are always the same. So, movie stars' child will have a black thread around her wrist, and so will a tailor's. And I try to find things that are, sort of a common thread, literally, between all kinds of people, and look at India in my own sort of wonky way.
Well, your wonky way has definitely gone quite far in succeeding, so well done on that. And I'm sure much to the amusement of your family and your husband, who's always politically correct. I don't know how he really reacts to the things you write on a daily basis.
I have many editors. He's my first editor, and he makes me remove words and phrases, lines. He's made me remove Pakistan 4 times. He tried to make me remove Lotus from my last one. I'm writing a column on Radhe Ma.
So he's your in-house Pehla Jnelana.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, wonderful. We have a surprise for you. I'd like to now invite on stage a man who knows you inside out. Please welcome your gynecologist, Dr. Shehryar. Doctor, where would you like to sit? Welcome to this banter, Doctor. I'm so sorry to do this to you, but there's apparently lots of stuff in the book dedicated to you. And by her own admission, she believes that your idea of foreplay is tapping somebody on their head for your own life, because that's the one part of a woman's anatomy you don't really get to see.
She has announced that very loudly in parties, yes.
Really? So why do you think you're such a large part of her book, Doctor?
Well, I think if women wrote books, gynecologists would be very large parts of the books.
I'm sure. That is true. But apparently under the influence of anesthesia, she said very many strange things.
No, 1 second. Let me say this.
Yes.
So I'm under general anesthesia. It's not even like some local thing. And he says, we tell all our women patients, dream about your favorite hero, Amir Khan, Salman Khan. But you have your own, so you dream about him. And then count back to 3 and I'm knocked out. And then?
Yeah. So basically it works this way, that you got to keep the patient distracted while the anesthesia is being given. So one great way of distracting them is exotic vacation, and most women would like to go for an exotic vacation with who but their favorite
with
film
somebody
stars.
else's husband.
Well, some will be very good and say husband, and some will say crazy, who would you think of under anesthesia? They'll say God, but most women want a film star. So actually we know who's the most popular guy, because I know when I'm asking women this question, I know who's the flavor of the season. Trust me, it keeps changing. So this lady here, I said, there's no point in asking you this question because you have a film star back home and what more. So she starts muttering and saying things about, she's obsessed with height, as you've already realized. And she starts talking about other favorite film stars, but keeps muttering that they are so short.
Under anesthesia.
Under anesthesia, I mean, that's all that she can say. And she says some names, and she says they are so short. Okay, so that's what
That's what
said.
her exotic vacation was.
That's what her exotic vacation was, Akshay. But then the other guys are all short.
Under anesthesia, so I can't
That's
make
the
this
truth.
up.
That's absolutely.
And I have no memory of this. He's very proudly gone and told my family.
It's like a truth serum, you know. So that's what she thinks about.
But I have
Indian
to say,
films.
forget about her, but doctor, you have a blast on so many levels. Because can I be a fly on that wall? Because especially to see women's fantasies being spoken about under the influence of anesthesia,
Well,
something
you know,
I want to hear.
So once I asked this patient which would be your favorite place you'd like to go to, and it's usually the Maldives, and one woman tells me Dalal Street. She actually said Dalal Street.
But why?
I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue.
That's almost erotic in a weird way.
Very weird. I think it's that big statue out there on Dalal Street. Probably.
Maybe she likes the visual of like 1,000 men screaming in one
I
place.
don't know.
What are your experiences been with Dr. Twinkle?
Okay. So once I went to false labor. You know, false labor is when you think you're just going to deliver. I'm heavily pregnant.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you've been there. Yeah. So I go to hospital, and he's on this romantic holiday with his wife in Jordan. And children. So I called him and I said, you know, doctor, I'm like dying, something's happening to me. And he was very worried. So he kept calling me again and again. And by then I was fine. He kept calling me, he didn't stop. So finally I said, doctor, please focus on the vagina next to you and forget about mine.
And you had what to say to that?
Very little, because what do you say to that? And by the way, is vagina not on the list of those deleted words?
No, you can give me a monologue about it, which doesn't matter.
So actually she SMS'd me. Yeah, she actually SMS'd me, and it went something like, will you stop worrying about other women's vaginas and concentrate on the one that's officially yours? That's exactly.
Well, thank you. That's a lovely note. Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you for being here with us. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Shehryar. Thank you. Thank you so much, doctor. We have to call the man who's actually tolerated to Twinkle for more than a decade. Please welcome her husband, Akshay Kumar. Come here. No. Firstly, my deepest condolences. My apologies on behalf of the film fraternity. We come from film families, so we must apologize that these are our products that are on display. So we must say that. And thank you, thirdly, for accepting our girl with open arms and giving her a life.
My pleasure.
He's quite proud of her. He has not agreed with anything I've said.
Yeah.
But no, but tell me, you have many fights with your wife? Do you fight a lot with her?
Do I fight with her? Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
And who's the first to make up?
Obviously me. It's me, because we have rules in the house. Rule number 1, funny bones is always right.
Oh.
Tina is always right. And rule number 2, the man of the house has to keep on saying sorry, sorry, sorry all the time. So I'm the guy who keeps on going and begging. So.
And then rule
Okay,
number...
be honest. Isn't that the rule? There's no such rule. Okay, fine.
And,
Okay.
and the third
You
rule?
know both of us. No, that's all. There are too many rules now.
Okay. No, I can completely imagine. We know she can make you laugh, but when is the last time you think she made you cry?
I think last week only when she saw my film Brothers, she said,
I liked it.
I'm not saying you didn't like it. Let me speak. As I said, she saw Brothers and she said, you work so hard and you're such a strong man. I know you'll protect me for the rest of my life. So I started a little bit, I was a little bit emotional about it.
Oh.
So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I have this thing. I like men who can like kick someone and kill
Do you
them.
know, Karan, when she married me, you have to tell them about, she made a whole list why she should marry me. And all my, please go ahead, Tina.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is something very few people do, but I think it's common sense. So when I married him, I'm going to have children with him. So I made a genetic list. You know what diseases run in his family
I
or
thought I was
not.
anal, yeah. This is like serious stuff, yeah. Huh?
This is actually, yeah, but
And I hid it in a drawer and he found it. So he's like,
What
that's
is
why
it?
you were asking me at what age my uncle lost his hair and what, who has cancer in my family. I keep asking him.
That's seriously twisted, Tina.
Why? It's practical.
And did he pass on various accounts?
I have 2 children.
And both beautiful, so well done on genetics then. All right, fantastic. So if you had to describe her, because we're all from the fraternity, we had to describe her as a Hindi film title, Akshay, what would that Hindi film title be?
Saas bhi kabhi bahu nahi.
That is a
I
TV
would, I
film.
would, I would say that she is baby. She's like a deadly mission with a very, very, very happy ending.
You know that has all kinds of meanings.
Listen, I don't know how you're going to think about it, but that was my film, and that's what she is.
She's a baby with a deadly mission and a happy ending. She sounded like something we've banned already. Amir, you have a film title that describes Trina?
Yeah, Hunter Wali.
All right, fantastic. So, Tina, now your last thoughts on these 2 men. Both of them have been a big part of your life, in terms of one, your husband, one, an actor you've had a tremendous relationship with. And what are your thoughts on them being on your panel on the launch of this big moment in your life?
They're lucky they're here. There would be 2 other people there, more deserving, but I couldn't find anyone else. So I asked them.
That's why I didn't mention my name. I didn't want this insult hurled at me. I was very happy. Well, I want to say that, all credit or discredit for a person's demeanor, personality, and their general nature comes from the mother. So I think we should call the mother on stage right now to launch this book along with these 2 wonderful gentlemen. And if she has anything to say, or maybe apologize to us on behalf of her daughter.
Hi everyone. I had a lot to say, but I've been asked not to, because after all, I am Mrs. Funnybone's mother, so it can get just very, very bad. But if you all insist, and you all must really insist, then I would love to share it with you.
Please do. You must.
Should I? You're serious? Okay. Now, I don't care how you accept it or take it. Okay, the first time I ever realized that Tina she was witty or she could make things up was, I had gone to their house when they were newly married with Kichada, and it was just me, Akshay and Tina. So after having the Kichada, Akshay said, "Arey bhai, ek soda leke aao, thoda sa kala miri dal ke." Should I stop it? Serious? But I want to say it. Come on. Go ahead, right? So this time, my rights. Oh, no, I have to share this because it may be wrong, but who the, okay. So she goes, that's all right. Go ahead, have a field day. You've never seen me like this. Go on, okay? So what does my brilliant daughter do with me sitting there, newly married, both of them? She goes, oh, jab peet bigda jaye. Can you believe this?
No one heard
I
that
was
song.
sitting there, I didn't know where.
My mother, she's my mother. Yeah, worse than me. So there are no questions where I get this from. Mom, please unveil the book. We don't want any more stories.
Yeah, can we have the book, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly?
Twinkle, we have seen a lot of movies have been adapted from books, and you have written Mrs. Funnyballs, which is a story of a life of a woman. Would you like your book to be adapted in a film someday?
I think it would be a sort of tragic comedy. My mother-in-law will commit suicide because I've depicted her as this, sort of crazy old bat. So yeah, I don't think they'll ever make a movie of that.
Twinkle, I have a question for you. You said you're not romantic, you're practical. How is Akshay? Is he a die-hard romantic or is he as practical as you are?
I don't know who Akshay is. Thanks.
Yeah, let's stick with the conversation at hand.
Any other questions?
Yes, Twinkle, the question is for you. When we talk about the village of pointless conversations, so in Bollywood, do you think many relationships, come to a pointless end, and which is why we are seeing so many breakups in 2016?
No.
What is your take on this?
I'll ask Nasir to answer that.
Yeah, the answer is no. Next question.